Puro peso pluma. Puro cartel de Los Ángeles, compa.
Bam. LA. We are here live and in living color. I got our tremendous host, AJ.
What's up? What's up?
DJ Seloe.
What up?
And I am Eddie G. This is BAM LA Podcast, episode 28.
We're in the 20s.
We're in the 20s. So yes, now we're at a resort, as you can see. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Herminio, and I don't know what you can call me. Just jack of all trades.
Entrepreneur,
Yeah.
businessman. What doesn't he do? Well, AJ was like, you know, when I
don't know where to put the mic.
Your mic picks up everything.
when I was giving him the information, in regards to who you were, they were like, well, what does he do? I go, he pretty much does everything.
Yeah, we're like,
He
what
is
does
involved
do?
in
Like, what?
everything. And so he was you were pretty much someone that I had mentioned about YouTubing, not really podcasting. And you were like,
Right.
fucking handle it, you know, da da da. And I hadn't seen you in a while. And, you know,
Every certain month, I'd pop up
in the store,
say
and I
what's
was
up.
like, hey, I ran into him and I was like, dude, we're podcasting. He was like, what? Like,
We talk about an hour on Home Depot's time, huh?
pretty much. So, yeah, we cut into some Home Depot time. But we were just talking just business, you know, music and just everything that.
Starting of businesses, music, reminiscing. A lot of good events that happened in the 90s, early 2000s.
Nice.
And so the events that I had said that me and DJ Seloe were involved, I would be like, oh yeah, we promoted this event. And he'd be like, yeah, that was my event. Like, what the fuck? Like, and one of them was Purple Shields. He's like, yeah, that was one of my events. I was like, yeah, we were there, you know.
Yeah, Purple Shield was Ice Nine's event. I helped him. I think the first one he did.
What year was this?
Fuck man,
91, 92? Or earlier than that?
around there maybe. 91 maybe.
Because I know that Purple Shields on World on Wheels was what, 90?
3 or 4.
Talking about back in the day, bro.
It was
Back in the
one
day.
that was on Hollywood Boulevard, second floor.
That was the
I think
first
that
one?
was the first one.
That was the first one?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we went to the one on. We started going to the one on World on Wheels.
At the skating ring, yeah.
Yeah.
And how old were you at 94?
I think I was like 5, 6 years old, bro. I was a little mocoso, dude.
Every time we drop, you know, topics in regards to like the past, he just is like, all right, you fuck, you guys are lame, whatever, you know, like.
I think must have been 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a while ago. Good times.
Very good time.
Very good.
And also he, like, pretty much I would say something, he's like, yeah, like, you know, brought up Graffiti. He's like, yeah, I was part of this crew, that crew. But it was mostly music that got you through.
Yeah, I mean, music has gotten me through a lot of difficult parts of my life. And the first event I went to was in 1989. It's called Max Garage. It's like disco, house, and I was, you know, graffitiing in downtown LA.
Mhm.
I heard bass and rode my bike towards it and fell in love.
With it was what, trance or what kind of music
It
was?
was like house music.
House music.
Yeah.
How old are you?
45.
Oh, okay. You're about the same.
14, I would sneak out of my house, go, you know, do some throw-ups or something in downtown and just ride my bike back to South Central. It was good time. And some guys handed me some flyers. I think like No Dose and some other after hours.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, growing up as a Latino in South Central, you know, you dealt with what you had. You weren't really accepted. You know, I think in the East Side scene, a lot of people looked at you like, oh, you know, like he's dressed okay or whatever. When I went to that scene in that part of LA, everyone was like, they didn't care.
They didn't care.
They didn't care how you went dressed, how you went, and that was like my retreat to go and
Mess around.
yeah.
Es madre.
Yeah.
Can you pull your mic a little bit closer? Yeah.
Right there.
You can pull it closer.
So, shit, with us,
So this is the name of his company.
I think
That happened in the 2000s. So,
Okay.
those are that's your merch, the hats.
Yeah. During that whole time, I started with a bunch of friends doing a show called Techno State.
Okay.
And you know, I'd try to find nice warehouses and you know, paint them from the outside and crack the locks.
Yeah, we know all about that.
And you know, we started running in 1993.
Yeah.
I think my last show was in 99. And that was one of the last shows that got shut down. And then I started a whole different career in the music industry, but it was in regional mexicano,
Okay.
Mexican music.
Regional.
Yeah. But
Mexican regional.
you know, from 93 to 99, I think it was the best years of my life.
yes.
And what got you into the Mexican regional? Like,
Because-
usually graffiti. You know, you start off with graffiti, gets you into house, hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, underground stuff. But what got you going to Mexican regional?
One of my brothers wanted to sing
Can we mention who your brother is?
El Original de la Sierra.
Jesse Moral.
Yeah. And I have another brother.
Can you sing his
I can't
meta-
You trying to get our guests to sing?
And I have another brother, El Jilguero, Jorge Morales. And so they ventured off in singing. Chalino had done a song for an uncle of ours. And so we started venturing and singing. I took what I learned in the rave scene, like,
So let me hold on.
Yeah.
Yes, he did say Chalino. Yes, it's the famous Chalino Sanchez.
Just
Not your uncle Chalino, but yes, the Chalino Sanchez.
and when our uncle died, he made a song for him, and that might have been what kind of caught my brother to just practice.
Mhm.
But I was so involved, you know, in the rave scene that
I better.
Were you trying to look him up? Or?
Yeah.
and you know, I was too focused in breaking into warehouses and promoting, and you know, from warehouses doing stuff in the desert, that I didn't really pay too much attention on what my younger brothers were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was actually the one promoting him and going out there and, you know, taking him to like local like swap meets and singing and
Yep. Getting him out there.
She was taking him out to El Farallón, talking to Emilio Franco to give him a chance to sing out there. And you know, it in 2000, my mom showed me the contract that they were going to sign, and it was like
Trash.
fucking 10-year contract. You had to sell like millions of albums before you got anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I said no. I put him back in the studio. We did another album. I told the guy, keep that album. You still can't take it out.
So, by you looking at that contract, in the past, did you have experience in regards to contracts, or you just knew that the shit wasn't right?
I had experience, and like, you know, I would book European DJs, and I would see the contracts, obviously like that. And you know, we didn't have a lot of like Google. It wasn't like popular then that we can just go and Google what are, you know, basic, you know, contract rights for an upcoming artist. But I said 10 years, and you know, who knows if you're gonna sell 5 albums?
Yeah.
You know. So put him in the studio. We told the guy he's not gonna release the music. We're not gonna sign the contract. And that time I met, there was another guy that was helping us do the music in the studio. He told this other guy from an upcoming label, said, hey, you know what? There's this kid that's really good and you should look at him. So once the album was recorded, we showed him the album, and we struck a deal where he was going to take out, it was an album a year for 5 years, and it was a good contract.
Yeah, pretty much getting paid for the year.
And matter of fact, that first album has never come out. I still have it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it just kind of blew up. We did a lot of guerrilla marketing, like hand flyers. You know. Still to this date, he's signed to the same label.
To the viewers out there, what does guerrilla marketing mean? We know, but
you know,
or Alex, you know.
Yeah, you get on foot, you're on the street, slap them on buses, slap it everywhere. Yeah,
like slamming.
I was giving out free
grinding, grinding.
CDs. I was, you know, it's, you know, you see 10, 15 guys on Crenshaw just trying to hustle their mixtapes.
Oh, yeah.
Same deal. Try to hustle them. If they didn't have any money, here, have it. Just listen to it.
Yeah.
So that was the kind of approach that we had. George from Z Records, he basically bought commercials, like 30 seconds or a minute commercials, and he would play the first part of the song, and he was unknown, so the last 5 seconds, he introduced him. They started requesting the music in the radio, and it kind of just blew up.
Is that Z Records? What's
now? Yeah.
Okay, and the artists that are in this label are
it's Cartel Records, right?
No, so I have my separate, you know, label.
Okay.
They're just, you know, my brother's signed to me, but you know, he's under Z Records.
okay. And who are the other people that are on Z? Can you mention or no?
Yeah, they have Lupillo Rivera, they have Lionel, they have Jorge Gamboa, they have my brother, they have.
They got some hip hop artists too on her or no?
I don't know what they have. I mean, I know that Lupillo just released a song with like Snoop. And,
oh, okay, that's why I was bringing
Be
up
Real.
Snoop. Okay.
But they have a lot of, and they have a deal with Grand Records by Javier, and Javier has a lot of really good, talented, like up and coming, sort of like trap, like they call them corridos tumbados.
Yeah, okay. That's hot right now, bro.
It's hot.
Right now, that's the hot stuff.
Yeah, and you know, they're doing very well.
Yeah. So they're trying to eliminate them being called trap. They just rather say corridos tumbados, like more.
It's kind of like a mixture, right?
Yeah. It's like
it's a mixture of corridos and a little bit of trap.
No, but I'm saying is they want to keep it's like their own. Not title, but their own genre.
Yeah.
Because trap is more reggaeton, more, you know, East Coast, right?
Yeah. So they're doing very well. I mean, they have a tour set up called Época Pesada. They have billboards all over the city. And within all that, you know, I started my label maybe about 8-9 years ago, called El Cartel de Los Ángeles. And I have my brother El Higuero, George. I have a banda from Nayarit, Banda Cora.
Oh, really?
They're an old band that's been around for like 50 years.
Oh, wow.
And they're doing very well, a lot of shows. Even though the whole pandemic thing kind of messed up the whole industry, but
Yeah.
I have a group from Culiacán, Los Plebes de la Cuadra. They're like guitars.
Just
and
guitars.
bass, yeah.
I see you got that Plata o Plomo shirt on.
Yeah, the Peso Pluma. He's like corridos tumbados type of a deal, but he's like a kid that I really took into heart his whole career because, you know, he wasn't doing very well. You know, he came from, you know, born in Mexico, not a lot of opportunity, was led into the wrong direction, trying to help him out and
Guide him.
yeah, and I know he's gonna blow up.
And he's going to that level of a style of music?
Yeah, I'll show you guys some videos a little bit later on.
And that's what he goes by?
Peso
Peso Pluma? Like a boxer.
And you remember this, like, in everything that I do, I have confidence 150%. And this kid is gonna blow up, guaranteed.
And that's what you were saying about us.
Yeah.
He's saying it now. He's saying it now.
He's saying that now. So
He wouldn't be here and he wouldn't be doing this if he didn't think we were legit and taking.
I mean, you know, we've been talking back and forth, and you know, if you really believe in what you do, you need to do it, and not only do it 100%, but put in that extra kick, because no one's gonna know about you. No one believes in you. If you don't believe in yourselves, you're not gonna get anywhere.
Right.
You know, I was getting GR when I started my company, my construction company, and you know, from doing nursing to doing music,
Oh wow,
And-
you've done like everything, right?
a little bit of everything. And when I saw LimeWire was just gonna crash the industry, I was like, man, I need to get the hell out of here and find something else to do. So I went into engineering and I learned everything I could. Most of it I learned it on YouTube, you know.
Yeah.
And but I believed, you know, not even 100%. I believed 200%. And I got up every day and I worked 16, sometimes 18 hours. And but I got to a point that even I was amazed. I honestly didn't think that I could surpass what I did in the music industry. In the music industry, I could say, yeah, you know, you made $1 million or you made a couple $1 million. That's fine. I really didn't think I was ever going to surpass that. But I was, you know, I was kind of doubting myself, and I said, no, you're going to make. I put in my head that I was going to make $3 million in the first year.
As a civil engineer.
We do asphalt paving, concrete, foundations for buildings, and you know, the first 7 years I did it without a license.
You just did it.
I just did it. I gave it a very sophisticated.
You learned everything off YouTube?
On YouTube, everything. I gave it an Americanized name. I got insurance.
What's the
and
name?
Highway Masters, baby.
Highway Masters.
So you would call me for a job. I wouldn't even wait for you to ask me for my insurance. I'd give you my insurance, all these insurances. But at the end of the day, I didn't have a contractor's license.
Right.
And, but I did everything better than what it was required for me to do. And eventually I said, you know, I put goals for myself. I went to school, became a civil engineer, and I got my contractor's license.
That's what's up.
So now, you know, if I want to make $18 million a year, I can. I have to make more phone calls. I have to do a little bit more.
You have to get those contracts in.
Yeah. But, you know, I think I have not just this, I have more things in life that I'm out here to do. Like, you know, just sometimes we don't have the push, someone to push us or to guide us, you know, and sometimes within our own, you know, I'm going to say race. No one wants to like to hear race, but between each other, we don't like to see each other progress.
Yeah.
As a community, I don't know why it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's with any race. I mean, not just our race. I think everybody nowadays, more so, everybody's out for themselves. Nobody wants to help anybody out or, you know,
But I guess because we're
see them
Latinos,
succeed.
we see our own
Yeah.
that way. Like, fuck, dude. Like,
But you know, I see like I have a lot of customers that are like Chinese or Korean.
And they help them each other out.
They come down and you know, they'll start them up with a little water shop,
Yeah.
get them going, and once they're established, okay, now you know you have to help another family come down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know they do it, but we don't do it.
I
Because
think
we're just right across the border.
Yeah, but you know we don't. I don't know. We're selfish. I don't know what the fuck.
I think we're scared that if I help you out, you're gonna surpass me,
Yeah.
and you don't want anybody. But that's not your fault. That just means you're putting in more work than me.
Yeah.
That's all that means. So you can't hate on that.
Oh no. I mean, you know,
I
like
try to tell people that all the time.
sometimes we're just like I said, we're not taught. There's no one pushing. Sometimes we get too lazy. You know, I wake up at 4 a.m. rain or shine, whether I'm in the hospital or anything. I wake up at 4. I don't need an alarm clock, anything. 4 a.m. I'm up.
Yeah.
Period. But that's just my way. I'm looking at emails. I'm planning the next thing. You know, my payroll is 29 grand a week. I gotta, you know, where is it coming from?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's the thing. That's there's 24 hours in a day, not 8.
yeah.
You know, so you gotta, if you want to succeed, you gotta push more than 8 hours.
Exactly.
Some
So-
people don't get that.
Yeah. In the past, I've like over the past 5 years, I've helped people establish their businesses, and I put a goal for them. You know, you need to make 100 grand profit besides what you make a week.
I feel like I'm on Shark Tank right now, dude.
And you know, I'm confident to say that at least 24 of those guys that I've helped, they're
Doing
somewhat
succeeding.
established, yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
And now that they've found, like, you know, I don't have to wake up exactly at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. to go work for somebody.
Right.
I can take a vacation with my family any other time. And if I want to make more money, I just have to hustle a little bit more.
Right.
So they're pretty happy.
Get the people making the money for you.
So how many businesses do you own right now? How many excuse me. How many revenue streams do you have? Quite a lot, right?
I mean, you know, it's out there. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm blessed in a lot of ways. And
How many would you say someone needs nowadays to actually make it in life?
as far as what?
As far as not going to work 9 to 5, your basic 9 to 5.
I think even if I had all the money in the world, it's just in me to get up and go to work or get up and do stuff. Like, you know, I've seen some commercials where there's, they show like I'm gonna say Bill Gates or someone on a polo shirt with some dirty shorts, and you see the guy that works the 9 to 5 with a Gucci, it's priorities. They have their priorities wrong.
I don't think he wants to answer. But yeah, it's true. Like what is it? They'll say the owner of the taqueria is, in his regular Levi's and some Vans, and the waiter is fucking with Armani.
Oh yeah.
And freaking.
Because they want to look rich, right?
Yeah. You play the part.
Yeah.
Not us.
But it's been good. I mean, the music has been a good part, I think.
So you mentioned graffiti, you mentioned music. Talk more about the graffiti. Like, how'd you get into that? Was that your first income, or?
No, it wasn't. I mean, it was just, I think graffiti at the time that I started, I'm going to say about 14 years old. I knew a guy, what was his name? Fesser from a crew called TB. It was called Too Bad.
Too bad.
Like out here, like in Culver City or somewhere.
Yeah, we know.
We know TV.
And so that was actually the first crew that I was in. And
So from LA, you were going to the west side?
I was going to.
Oh, you were going
St.
to
Bernard's
St.
High
Bernard's.
St. Bernard's. Okay.
So Fesser was going to St. Bernard's. I was just dabbling a little bit with graffiti. And I would see the buses just like fly by with all these tags on them. And I was like, man, they had a battle with some crew. But he said, we don't have anyone that hits up on buses. I said, fuck, I have a layover in the corner of my house. I can hit
Every bus that comes through. What got you into graffiti?
graffiti.
What did you see, or what the like?
I believe I was 14 years old. I was had a buddy. His name was Fesser from TB. And before that, I had a neighbor. He used to write Prox, Prox. There was a crew called RAK. I think like Washington High School.
Right.
So we were, picking out names. Ask. I wanted something easy.
3 letters.
3 letters. Hit up and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I linked up with Fesser, put me on TB. They were gonna have a battle with some crew, and they said, "But we don't hit buses." I said, "Fuck, I have a layover in the corner of my house, where all the buses get there and clean up, the drivers eat."
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you. Is for the viewers out there that don't ride buses, what's a layover?
It's where at the end of their terminal, their shift, they stop, they use the restroom, they eat.
Oh, okay.
And so there's at any time like 10 buses.
Is that place still around?
No.
No. Okay.
But I would hit at least 30 buses at like 4:30 a.m.
30 buses, bro. That's a lot.
And I knew a hot corner that all the buses that were in that route in the morning, it would hit like the Wilshire Boulevard route. They would hit the Santa Monica. So from Manchester and Vermont, all those buses would disperse to other routes after the morning rush.
Mm-hmm.
I would hit another 30. I would hit Manchester and Vermont. Saw 2 buses coming. I'd go here, then I'd run across the street, hit the other 2, and then I would hit the ones on Vermont. All the buses would hit almost at the same time. And then, everyone saw me, thank God there were really no cell phones back then.
For the cameras.
Yeah.
So you had to be really quick, right? You had to be
So
quick.
from there, I went to like Hoover in Manchester.
These were RTDs, right?
Yeah.
The famous RTD
Yeah.
buses.
I would hit them on Hoover in Manchester, then I would jump to Figueroa in Manchester
And all this was before school.
before school. Yeah.
And so you said that the first crew you were from
TB.
TB, and that stood for,
Too bad.
and they were out of the West Side, right?
I said
And that's because you went to what high school?
St. Bernard's.
St. Bernard's.
Where's St. Bernard's at?
Marina Del Rey.
Okay.
Kind of hidden.
It
Yeah,
is.
It's like behind Westchester High School.
Yeah.
And from there,
Riquillos, Riquillo school.
It's a okay.
It's
So
private. It's private, right? It's private school.
It's up in the
Yeah.
up in the hills.
It's kind of,
Yeah.
it's right behind the airport. They had jet pets.
yeah,
Okay.
Sandpiper and all that right
Yeah.
behind that.
Yeah.
So from there, one year I went to Washington High School. I don't remember how the whole thing with UNC. I was one of the crews that I last joined.
Unk.
That was based
Under
out
no
of the
control.
valley.
No, they're based
Or
out of
LA?
like Washington High School.
But they
Okay.
hit everything. Because I was telling them when we
Yeah.
used to cruise the canyon, remember those big old throw ups that
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
at
yeah.
that building, and it's a UNC.
UNC
That
was
was
pretty deep though,
probably-
right? They were pretty deep.
we weren't really deep, like a lot of numbers of heads, but it was.
Guys
the-
got
you guys
up
were
a
up a
lot.
the people we had like Bruin, Chico. They were really putting in a lot of work.
Put in a lot of work.
I did. The only thing I really did was buses. Hit up on the 110 a couple of times, but they were the ones really putting in the work.
You stay in
was-
touch with them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bruin and Chico.
Pride. Guy putting in work right now. His dilemma is his nephew.
Shout out to TB, too. 'Cause, was Bravo from TB? No.
Yeah. Bravo.
Okay. Do you know Bravo?
No,
He's out of Venice.
heard of him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's from TV.
Then I dabbled with a TSS and OTR.
TSS, yeah. OTR.
Never heard of him. I'm too young.
Above the rest.
Yeah.
Oh.
But UNC was definitely the crew that.
I think I seen them hit up. Unk. UNC.
Yeah.
So when you were going to Bernard's, where were you living?
South Central, Vermont.
So
89.
you had your parents wanted you to go to Bernard? How did you know about Bernard's?
I actually went to the seminary. I went to Catholic school all my life,
Mm-hmm.
and I was gonna be a priest.
Andale.
Life's a trip, dude. Life's a fucking trip, dude.
So
Yeah.
I went.
Hey,
to,
watch your mouth.
Oh, my bad.
I went to the seminary for like 2 years, freshman and sophomore year.
Mm.
There was a seminary in I think it was Mission Hills, next to the cemetery,
Okay, yeah.
and it was called.
Alamany. Alamany?
I don't know.
Oh,
That was high school.
that's the high school right there, right next door.
And I went there for 2 years. It wasn't for me. I saw all kinds of stuff.
Mm.
I was like, nah, I'm out of here. But
We
on
won't
the
say what stuff because
I mean, I was indicted to testify for the archdiocese,
oh really?
but
Well, that's right next door to Alamany. There is a seminary. It's still there.
it's still there. It's just not in function anymore.
Yeah.
It's like what is it
I
called?
went there on my 5th grade as a museum tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said
But,
5th grade.
Yeah.
You know, I got
I
indicted.
did.
I just never followed through.
So are you religious now? Are you Catholic?
You know, it's I was born and raised Catholic.
Right.
I think it shows a lot of discipline. It gives you the right road and the right path. You know, the way things are going now and the way things are all brought up. I believe in God. I believe in a lot of things. I'm not 100% in belief on the way that things that they do. But yeah, you could say I'm Catholic.
Yeah, because, you know, like when the cases in regards like the priest and all that,
Yeah.
you know. So just because of that, they pretty much, you know,
Yeah.
jab them right there in regards to Catholic, you know, to being Catholics. But it's
Exactly.
like, as long as you believe in it, you know what I mean? And obviously you're not for what's going on
Exactly.
behind. It's
Like in my situation and that whole thing, a buddy of mine has life in prison. And we went to school. Came from the same elementary school there, and they, you know, he thought he was gonna get a free cash ride. Nothing happened to him, but he was in prison for life already. So why not get a couple $100,000 from the archdiocese?
wow. And
They
paid him.
No. They you know, a lot of people call me Big Worm.
Big worm.
Big wire.
And like, hey,
Around
Big Worm,
here.
you know, they're gonna call you and this and that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, man, I can't do that.
And this is before Big Worm from Friday?
Yeah.
So you guys are about the same.
You could say. But yeah, that's it.
That's crazy. Now, the thing with so you brought up the fact that the love for music was you had first heard deep house music.
Yeah.
Now, were you into hip hop before that, or
I was in hip hop. I mean, you know, DJing and you know, mom's brought me my first pair of turntables from what was it called? Central.
damn?
Central on
11th.
yeah, but in abonos, like
Yeah,
liquid,
you would pay
know?
that shit in payments.
Yeah.
So
Was it techniques or no?
yeah.
Central had techniques.
Oh, they had techniques. They were like
Did you know that?
Yeah, they were hip
they
to
were,
that shit.
yeah,
bro.
and they were
They-
like
they were
super
selling
expensive.
like
they were
that, bro.
selling. So
All the DJs were getting stuff
Yeah.
from there.
I think I paid like my mom paid $1,200 on each.
$100.
Is that why they're called 1200s?
I have no clue.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look into it. Hey,
But-
the DJs out there, send us a
No.
comment. Let us know.
But you know,
But for real, because that's the only way we could get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
it was on the layaway
Yeah,
plan,
anyway.
and she got the 10-year insurance on them,
That's a lot of years.
and you know, 5 years and knobs and everything were, you know, because I was doing break-in parties,
Yeah.
hauling them in and out.
Yeah.
Go.
I had a Capri station wagon, just shoving them,
When you say break in parties, you like broke in.
broke into warehouses.
That's how we did warehouses. Warehouse parties, basically, we look for empty warehouses, break in, get the if they didn't have electricity, we get it from the pole.
And that's because he
Right.
said he would go the day before and paint them.
Yeah, so like in that time I was working for the American Red Cross.
God, what haven't you done? Jesus Christ.
So I was working for the Red Cross, so I had access to all
To
kinds
blood.
of banners, right?
Oh, that's I just
Said
said
to
pints of
blood.
All kinds of banners that said American Red Cross, chapter donation, or all kinds of shit. So I would drive downtown, mostly South Central, and I would look at empty warehouses or warehouses that had like police signs.
You'd be scoping stuff out.
Scope stuff out, change the locks, like arrive in a work truck. Paisanos from Home Depot, pay him. I need to change these locks in this warehouse. There's a guy, you know. But before I would crack a window or something, make sure the alarm didn't go off. I would try to get places that had electricity. If it had graffiti outside, I'd buff it, make it look nice. I had my own keys. I had. I did my own lease. And with the warehouse, with the Red Cross banners, cops wouldn't shut me down.
They'd be like, "Oh, it's a donation."
It's a donation.
Because
They're trying to raise money.
yeah, my whole thing was like I'd ask people to bring canned food. You see all this canned food
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case they showed
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
And they wouldn't say anything.
We're doing a fundraiser.
Fundraiser, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it flew for so many years.
It was legit. Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you part of any party crew, or were you mostly like the event coordinators? You would say.
We were event coordinators. It was called Rave Till Dawn.
Oh, okay.
And we did like Psychosis. We did a bunch of parties.
So for the viewers out there that are familiar with EDC, who owns EDC? What company?
Pasquale, Insomniac.
Insomnia. And Pasquale is one of your...
He's a friend of mine.
He's a friend. So we're sitting next to somebody that knows Pasquale who owns EDC. Do you guys know?
Yeah.
But AJ?
Easy.
You see?
He's too young.
Yeah, Electric Daisy concert. I've been to like 2 of those.
Okay, so this guy...
He's, I think Pasquale's like a true person that's doing this for the right reasons.
Mhm.
Because he truly loves the music, he truly loves the way the scene takes direction. He's not gonna, do it for the wrong reasons.
And I think when we got it, so we blame Fox Undercover. We blame Chris Blatchford, and Alex always laughs when I say his name.
Because I was a
AJ.
little morrito, dude. Watching
So,
him on TV, watching you guys getting caught up. Yeah.
Who knows what we're watching? Chris always came at 10 o'clock or 10:45 because he pretty
Right
much
before
had
11.
Yeah, had
He'd
that
go
last-
live at
You know where
10:30,
your
dude.
kids are.
Yeah. And so we're just watching him, do these little shots of, party crews,
Yeah.
And we're like, what the, we're already in the cruising scene because we used to hit Hollywood, the Canyon. And so me and this guy were like, dude, we should fucking do our own party crew, and go to these, obviously East Los was where everybody was going, or,
We mostly stayed on the west side at first, and then we got tired of it. And then we started seeing this, like, damn, they're fucking partying over there, dog.
like raves, man. That's how we were like, fuck yeah.
That's why I stood away from the East Side scene, because, a little bit of the negativity that was on Fox Undercover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They were just kind of burning it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you wanted to keep it low key.
Yeah.
And
They burned it nasty.
Yeah.
and
But
Because we caught the last bit of it, but it was popping, bro. It was popping.
I mean, I can tell you, I was offered a very nice sum amount of money to hand over the Techno State brand to a large entertainment company. But it's not in me. I said, if I take away your soul, what are you left with? And that's something I truly love.
Yeah.
Like, the last one I did was 2 years ago, but literally to the day I'm gone from Earth, I'm going to do at least one a year. I can be 60 years old.
Still rocking.
And I'm still going to do a Techno State, even if it's one every year. And you guys ever go to Jungle at the Belmont Tunnel? That's a really good friend of mine. He started doing that, Rudy. And that was it for me. Like, one of my favorite DJs is Curious. He spins Jungle. For me, he's like...
I was into Jungle for a little bit. It used to be it might still be there. Coconut Teasers, Hollywood.
I think it's still there.
Yeah, they used to do
It
a
was
lot
right
of
on the
jungle
corner.
there.
Right on the corner.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
at Sunset. Was it
Yeah,
Sunset?
yeah. They
But
used to play a lot of jungle there.
I would just go to Jungle to see Curious. Phenomenal DJ. I still keep in touch with him. But
It's sort of deep house, but with more like.
it's
More
just
rhythm.
a lot of drums.
Yeah.
Like heavy bass lines.
Yeah.
Are you looking up jungle music?
I'm looking up DJ Curious.
Look him up, DJ Curious.
DJ Curious.
Yeah. Like for me, I've listened to a lot of DJs all over the world, and for me, he's a really good DJ.
That's same thing with us. You know, that's house, and we were just like, what? And then
Like classic deep house.
yeah, he's a b-boy. I just portray one. You know, that's how we got away from getting a ticket in Culver City. And so when it comes to dancing, man, this guy, like, you can pretty much play something, but when it came to house, it was just something else, man. And
Yeah.
we decided, like, man, we have to be a part of this because we love the music. We love entertaining people, you know, and just to see the reaction of a crowd that you can sit there and be like, yeah, this is our event, you know? Obviously, the money was there. Like, fuck, yeah, cool. We can, you know, but
It was dope just
To know that you can
to
gather that
amount of people, not having anything, bro, and you get a location. Dude, we broke into shit, but we made shit happen. We had to work, not like now, bro.
Yeah.
Like we wanted it so bad that we would make it happen.
You know,
We'd find a location.
There was no Instagram. There was
none of that.
You had to be out there passing
No
flyers.
Facebook?
None of that, bro. Like
what's
your
the other one?
name-
MySpace?
your
No
name-
MySpace.
My MySpace.
your name meant a lot.
Yeah.
You know, if you threw something good, people would follow you.
Yeah.
If you threw something whack, they weren't gonna follow you. So you had the right DJs, the right lighting, the right system, and
And that was like my whole thing was always having a good line. Like I had, besides having a good lineup, I would always concentrate on having the right sound,
right
the right
visuals,
lighting.
right?
You know, I would have what was his name from Freelance?
Yeah.
Oh, Art of Noise. No,
No.
that was
Not Sam. Sam used to work.
Zane. No, Zane did the
Eddie Zane was a graphic designer.
Graphic
design.
Z graphics.
See, he knows Eddie Zane.
He
Jesus
does,
Christ.
He did. We had that one at a warehouse on 59th and Central. And how I got that place originally I broke into the place. I set it up, everything. And a lot of the places that I usually would get, I would break in before time and I would show up with the keys just so that I could show presence in there.
Uh-huh.
And the owner was there. He said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I rented the place." "From who?" "Let me get the information. It's in my truck." I would show him a full lease and everything. Some of them would go make a police report with me. I said, "Oh, I got taken for $20,000.
Uh-huh.
I paid 6 months in advance." The police would say, "Well, that's a civil issue. You can't get involved." There were some places that gave me a couple $1,000s to leave.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
And
See, that's the shit we had to come up with. Nowadays, people wouldn't come up with that shit. They would be like, I don't know what to do.
and you have to keep a straight face, like really, like you know, you have to be believable.
We had to work it to make it,
Yeah.
dude. Like, it was like that.
And then the guy decided to rent it to me, and I said, "Well, okay, well, I already lost a lot of money. How much you gonna charge me?" $2,500, and I would rent it for like $7,000.
Shit.
Plus, I would not allow them to sell drinks inside. In the beginning, I never sold alcohol. I never sold beer. It was just water, juices,
Nitrous.
Nitrous.
a lot of nitrous.
The money there, dude. The money was there.
We haven't had we had names for our tanks. There was a Pepe was the big 64-pounder.
Have you ever had nitrous, AJ?
No, no,
Nitrous
no. I mean, it was For me, it was big in high school, but I never tried
No.
it. No.
Well, we'd sell what? Nitrous balloons, what? $3 a balloon? Something like that?
1 for 3, 2 for 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was dudes in the hallways just
Hitting it.
Yeah, dude, and they were knocking out. They were just passing out
Yeah.
or hitting the lockers. Yeah.
So out of all those times you broke in, how many times did you actually run into the owner and
Maybe like 3 times.
really?
Yeah. One of them, I went with him to the police station. The cop said, "Look, we can't do anything about it." And I was borrowing porta potties, right? So I was borrowing porta potties from all over the city. And and I said, "I have a party rental supply place. Look, I have all my porta potties here." And he was like, "Oh, I spent so much money remodeling the place, and I'm gonna make it into a studio." You know, guy gives me $15,000 to leave. Says you can stay another month for free. That's what my lease that I paid. I said, "Well, I don't know. I'll think about it." I go home and I'm like, "Oh shit."
Even to this day, that whole area, there's so many. Like sometimes I drive around
Yeah.
and down Slauson, down Avalon, like just fucking buildings and you
Yeah.
can tell they haven't been used for shit.
Out of all those, did you ever get jacked or taken for your money?
No, never.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did this break-in warehouse.
And it was right there on Avalon.
And I went,
What? Avalon what?
A few blocks off of Slauson. So let's say you would go down Slauson. If you go west, you would make a right on Avalon, and there was probably like a couple blocks to the left. There was a.
we got ganged by the cops though, bro.
Yeah.
They took what, like $6,000 away from me. Just everybody leave. We're gonna start arresting people.
See, that was one thing I had. I had people for everything. I had, as soon as I saw a black and white, the money gets stashed.
Yeah, they couldn't stash it quick enough, bro.
No, and the thing is that someone snitched on us.
Yeah, they dimed us out.
Yeah, because we won't throw his name. We won't throw the event he did.
Throw him out, dude. Throw him out.
Well, because we don't know if it was true, but it was just
Word
weird.
on the street.
Yeah,
Okay.
that this event happened the same night that person did an event and knew that the majority of the crowd that he
We
brought
were gonna
in
pull their crowd.
was gonna go over here.
And then that dude even called us like, "Hey, we'll pay you such and such money if you guys just cancel it." And we're like, "We're already too far invested, bro. Like, we got flyers out. We spent money on flyers. Everything's already, we're too far invested." And
I had a
next thing
couple
you know-
calls like that throughout
Yeah.
the years.
Yeah. Then next thing you know,
You're like, there's enough people to go around.
yeah.
And like sheriffs pulled up, not even black and white sheriffs. And we had off-duty cops. Even they couldn't, because I think they were LA, right?
Yeah.
LA off-duty cops, and they try to walk up and be like, this is a cool, shit, we're working, and they were like, no. And yeah, that was a fucked up night.
Yeah.
Was it across the street from a swap meet?
No.
If
It
you
was
take
like-
from here,
There is a
Slauson-
swap meet there.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
there?
If you
Well, I don't
take-
know. Well, I don't know if back
If
then
you
was.
take Slauson
Uh-huh.
and you make a right on Avalon,
Mm-hmm.
There's a swap meet on the left, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But there's
I remember we were entering from the alley, right? It was like an alley.
Yeah, it was a little
It
alley.
was an alley.
that was the number one thing is just stash the money.
Yeah.
Well, keep stashing the money throughout the night. Don't ever have all your money in one place.
Yeah.
Advice a little too late.
Oh, yeah. No, we had a female at the door, showing a little titty to get the cat, whatever. And they just got there before we were gonna start stashing some money, and they just caught us. But
They wanted to confiscate our sound guy. Our sound guy was like, I just got hired. I don't know. Because it's like, who hired you? So cops were like,
they're
they were
like, we're
just on
coming
it.
back in half hour. this shit's not. If this shit's still here, it's ours. Right?
I remember it took him like 2 hours just to put up the speakers because it was probably like 20 cabinets.
Who was it? Who was doing sound?
It was
Was it Art of Noise? No, it was Joe, right? Shit, I don't remember. We still have the flyer though, and Eddie did our flyer.
What was the name of the party?
Huh?
Name of the
Dimensions.
Dimensions.
party? I remember it. It was
It was an
like Skies of
astronaut.
Bubbles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like an astronaut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch him be like, "Yeah, I'm the one that dropped that."
In the comments, he drops it in the comments. Bro.
Oh shit, that was me.
My bad.
Damn, if I knew it was you, I wouldn't have fucking.
It wasn't $6,000. It was $8,000.
It was like,
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
but yeah.
But yeah, but
good times though. Good
But
times.
then from there, you know, we just got deeper into the clubs that played house music. Don't get us wrong, like we loved our hip hop, like
Yeah.
you know. But when it was a spot where it was more like trance, techno, house, it was just fuck.
Just
started
like me,
working
like-
more with like Vinny and those promoters.
Like me, what music do I love? I love hardcore techno. I love what Curious plays. I probably couldn't take jungle the whole night, but I like to listen to Curious.
Right.
Yeah.
And I love techno. Just
It just you've heard that type of music? Alex?
Yeah. I mean, I've been to EDC, bro.
It's just something. It's just feeling that bass, right? Just that.
yeah.
And
I think we gravitated to it because it was different. We're so used to the same hip hop, old school,
Two
underground.
speakers.
Yeah.
Helicopter.
But that's California, bro.
No, it is. But like that's why. And then all of a sudden we hear something like different and it's
see,
good.
You know,
Oh shit.
there was always a house party scene, and you go and promote these nicer flyers. They're not cardstock flyers anymore. They're nicer, and you start pulling the people from the house party scene into the warehouse scene. And not only is there like I think Overworld, Vinny's.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think they used to hire Sound Factory.
Sound
Yes,
Factory
that's who did our music.
Sound Factory had a really
Shit.
legit sound system.
Yeah.
They were very professional in what they did.
Yeah.
So now all these kids that are coming from 2-speaker backyard parties and a beacon that's hidden behind everyone's legs. Now they go and they see a nice production. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, shit, what is this?
24 baseball
Yeah.
and this shit, a wall of speakers.
I think in that time was when like Mr. Peabody and they were doing
Yeah.
shows. There was a warehouse on 41st in Long Beach. It's still there. It's like a ballroom or something. And,
Sound Factory's still up too.
Are they?
Are they?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, they
They were well, like,
very well.
very well
Like,
established.
The people that I use.
Wait, that place in Long Beach, do they do it for like weddings too?
Which one?
That one you just brought up.
The warehouse.
Yeah,
That
they
where-
do it for weddings. Yeah.
Because I think my a good friend of ours got married right
Yeah,
there.
it's like it's got a balcony on top.
Yeah. Oh shit.
And I mean, like me, I used to use Shredder, Mike and
Yeah.
Manny. Base Station, Jose. But definitely when the whole Techno State stuff started, I also used Intense Sound. They were out of Orange County. But like my go-to guy was, because he was down for whatever, was Boom Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew.
You know, Sergio was not actually going out and doing the shows, but he had Rudy going out and doing them. So, Rudy works for me now.
Okay.
And he was down for shenanigans. Like, Boom Boy's sound was so great because we were basically running generators. And no problems. Rudy wouldn't break in. He'd probably help me break in the locks.
He was just down for it.
Yeah.
So were you a hip hop head first?
Somewhat, not like 100%. You know,
And so where were like how I just mentioned about us, like Fox Undercover. We go to these party crew parties, and that's when we were like fucking house music. Oh
Yeah.
shit, or techno. Like where did you come across it? Because I know Burners wasn't playing this type of music.
well, my first interaction was at Mac's Garage when I was graffitiing in downtown LA. I heard the bass.
Oh, okay,
Went
that's
close
right.
by. You know, that's when it was like acid house.
Right.
And that's where I kind of really went into that. My boys from UNC, when we started Techno State, it was Shimon, Alex. Those were my two main guys. And then obviously when I took a break in like 99, 2000, Alex took over the whole thing, and Dennis Moore. And they kept it going. When I came back into doing shows, I wanted things done a certain way. Same deal, tight production. Even if it wasn't a large party, but I wanted to just, everything had to be right. And I wanted to bring good talent because I knew the potential the brand could have.
Are you into the new? Because what they call it, electronic.
I just like techno. These past couple months that I've been a little bit ill in the hospital, a friend of mine gave me some headphones, some wireless, and just techno all night.
Just listen to it.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
So my man right here, he's not feeling very well, but he's here with us.
Yeah. I think.
We're glad to have you, dude.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks for
I
coming
think
out.
For me, it's a bunch of things. I was I was offered to do an interview a couple weeks ago. I've never given an interview. I'm kind of shy on the camera side. I was offered a some amount of money to do an interview to trash other people that I know.
And we appreciate you coming here for free, bro.
Well, not for free. No,
Bubblegum.
Can we say who offered you?
I mean, it was a large Univision. But, it's everyone that has been through my path or anything. It's I'm never going to trash anyone. I try to be very respectful with everyone. If you ask me for advice, I'm always there. I'm not the type that'll, I'm going to say just because the topic is here, I'll donate about $500,000 a year. Just random stuff. I don't get tax write-offs. I don't get anything of that. Like tomorrow, I'm buying 400 blankets. They're going to take them to Tijuana. 500 pounds of meat they're going to grill for all these families. Another really great person is a friend of mine that has a restaurant, Buena Mesa in Southgate.
Buena Mesa?
Maybe you guys can go and check out his food.
Do a munchies night.
Oh, yeah.
Munchies.
Oh, we'll be there for sure.
And
Yeah, we haven't done one in a while.
Yeah.
That'll be it right there.
We're due.
he's donating like Father's Day, dinners. I donated, a couple of them for what he's doing, and there's a bunch of other things. I'm not the type that, roll around with a camera behind me
To document,
No.
fucking.
I just do it because I believe in good karma. I believe that we should help each other as a society. Most of the times I don't even tell my family I do this stuff.
I think I think we're like, it's funny how we're pretty much best friends, compadres.
Yeah.
And with AJ, I met him through work, and just how we linked up and how we're willing to help each other out. We all have families. We're all, have responsibilities, and by us doing something like this, it's gonna help us grow and help us, provide for our families, and to bring joy to the world.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what, we do this for our children. We do whatever we do because we want to be better people. We want to do better things. Obviously, well, unfortunately, the whole world revolves around money.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And, sometimes it's not the road to happiness, but it helps a lot. Because if you don't have to worry about those notes anymore or this and that, you're better.
That stress.
Yeah. So I like I said, you guys have a good thing going on here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Grow to be very good. You just have to keep pushing and really believe in what you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Expose yourself out there. Whore yourselves out.
You said, I don't know about that, bro.
Stop being shy, bro.
In the aspect of like, hey, use your family, use your friends to help you promote your channel. And, eventually you'll get there. You can't just do content and just let it sit.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to constantly
Be on it.
Yeah, put it forward and let people know what's going on and this and that.
Advice from the Godfather right here.
Well, I'm not gonna put flowers in my pot, but I feel good. I feel very confident in what I've done in life. So if I can help my fellow man do something to be better for themselves, man, I'm gonna do it.
like one of my things is you're never too old to fulfill your dreams.
Never.
You can still dream. We can still go for our goals. And
Remember a couple weeks ago, someone told me, as I said, I'm in the hospital thinking of planning this party already. And they said something like, you guys are too old to be dancing around. And
Oh, who said this? The doctor?
the nurse.
And I'm going to be 70 something and doing parties.
Mm-hmm.
At least one a year I will do.
Yeah.
Proper event.
And we're going to be at your next one.
There you go.
For sure.
We will be there. And any of your events that you have coming up. And if we
Right.
do an event,
I'll be
hey,
there, man.
you can help us do our anniversary party.
Yeah.
Because we hit a year. When did we hit a year?
A couple weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago, we hit our 1 year anniversary.
Yep.
And 27 episodes later,
So,
we're here. We're making it happen. So, other than your one event a year, what's on your agenda for?
Obviously the music, the Cartel de Los Angeles. I think this year, Beso Pluma is really gonna
Blow up.
blow up,
Yeah.
and that's gonna help push my other artists also.
Because that's the thing. Like, well, in regards to hip hop, Latino, I'm not gonna say Latino hip hop. Latinos that are in hip hop, like how we were saying, they don't. And we've had conversations about this with MCs that we've had on the show. Like, what is it that Latinos just don't want to help each other? You know what I mean? In regards to, getting exposed or,
people think they're gonna surpass what you have. They don't want you to be better than they are.
Right.
You know?
And like in regards to, black hip hop artists, and I've always said if a Crip and a Blood can make music together and make this money, it's like shit, why can't another Latino help another Latino?
Exactly.
Like if they're over hating each other for centuries and come by, be together and be like, hey, let's make some music.
I think they just look at it at a different way. For example, like
don't mention Snow.
No.
That's his go-to right there.
You know who Snow the Product is?
No.
She's a Latina MC, and she's
fire, bro.
yeah.
But anyway, like I was saying, like,
look her up when you get a chance.
when you get a chance. But like, I ride motorcycles, right? And I was into stunt riding, right? Like doing wheelies and this and that, right? So we go to this spot. It's a stunt spot where everybody goes and practice, right? So there's guys coming up that I'm better than them, right? They're coming up. I see what they're doing wrong. I go give them tips. Hey, try this, try this. Boom, they're knocking it out. Okay, now they're getting there again. And that, they're going and going and going. And next thing I know, they surpass me. And I congratulate them, because it's like, what? Like, later on, they're going to be like, you know what? Seloe gave me tips, and he's the one that made me prosper.
Yeah.
And they don't see that. Like, they're just like, oh, I just don't want him to be better than me. Yeah. But it's not that. He's going to be better than you, but then he's going to give you props for giving him the tips to make him better. But people don't see that. And
I think
that's not.
Besides that, I think a lot of people also a lot of people don't give you props after the whole thing.
True. That's true.
I've helped.
You helped us.
I've helped a lot of people, and I don't expect recognition or anything.
Yeah.
But it's just I'm skipped in the whole bringing up their thing, and that's okay. I mean, I don't like I said.
It's okay as long as you know here.
Yeah.
That's all that matters, dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if he knows, you know, or he knows. As long as I know what really went down, I should feel good with myself.
Exactly.
Right? It doesn't matter what
you're doing it for the
says.
right reasons.
Exactly.
And that's it.
So you should get the best, thing out of it just because you know right here what you did and what you did for that person. And nobody else needs to know.
Yeah.
And you should be okay with that.
See, mi gente, help each other out. Help us out by liking this,
Hit that
sharing
subscribe, man.
leave a nice comment. Shout out to my boy Herminio.
Follow us on IG.
Peso Pluma coming up, dude.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Check them out. 11th of June.
Check out the merch.
Check it out.
Cartel.
You follow us, we follow you. Hit us up.
You can look at the on Instagram. You can look at El Cartel de Los Angeles, where all the band stuff coming up. We also have a YouTube page, El Cartel de Los Angeles.
Okay, and all your artists are on there.
Yeah,
We'll put all that down in the description.
and there's also there's another YouTube page. I believe it's youtube.com/Techno State.
Techno State, okay.
That's the one with the PS4 sign logo. Kind of
I
like a mock
believe
up.
so, yeah. There's I had a friend of mine record video and audio. So I think there might be like 4 or 5 shows that we did that are up.
Check that out.
Techno State.
Well, this won't be the last time, hopefully, that you'll be here, because there's still a shitload of stuff that we need to talk about. This is just this is just a small portion. And again, thank you. I know there's other major stations that have been wanting to sit down with you, and We appreciate the fact that you're here with us to talk to us, to guide us, to, you know, give us that kick in the ass to get the shit going. And I am Eddie G.
Major.
DJ Seloe.
Herminio.
This is Bam LA. Thank you. God bless. Good night. And we'll see you again.